No worries. Okay, let's get this show going. Hello there, everyone watching out there on the internet. I'm Billy Hoosh, and this is Mayor McSleaze.
Hey, everybody.
We're gonna start. Let's start up some Modern Warfare 2. As you may know from the title, we're in Clan Goose that welcomes everyone. Anyways, Mayor McSleaze, how you doing? How's everything?
I'm doing great today. Everything is going well. You know, it's a fine afternoon to be playing video games in Canada, and it'll always be a fine afternoon until like spring. So yeah, how you doing today?
I'm doing good as well. It's quite windy here. I don't know if you guys are having. I think it's just this area in Niagara. We have like this crazy windstorm.
I haven't been outside.
Well,
I'm gonna say sure, it's windy.
As long as
I didn't even look out a window.
This is wind you can hear. Can you hear stuff outside or not really? You don't hear.
No. And I looked out the window a couple times. It didn't seem that windy, but I'm sorry to hear that there is a gale force wind in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, but sometimes it's nice to see nature do its thing.
True. It's kind of like the other night there was I'll join you. A big rainstorm, and it was nice sort of falling asleep to like the sound of a heavy rainstorm.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know exactly what that feeling. And even having the wind, sometimes I like, the window open and smelling like rain, fresh rain. It's got this distinct kind of, I don't know, unless
in the summertime, 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a little too cold. I find I would have kept my window open in the summertime. I do that, absolutely. It's great.
Can you see my Mountain Dew skin?
I certainly can. I don't know how I feel about it.
In my gun holster. Look at his gun holster. He's got some Mountain Dew. He's got a.
I can't. Is there Mountain Dew there? I can't see it.
Yeah. Under his, I guess his like. That's his right arm. Under his trigger hand, you can see there's a radioactive.
Oh God! Yeah, there it is. I thought that was just like the stripe of the vest. Oh, Billy Hoosh. I don't know how to feel about this. I really don't.
I think it's excellent. I like the most like ridiculous Call of Duty operators skins. Like
you got the Burger King one, now this. So
this one I think they put more work in than the Burger King one. At least it has their own registered trademarks are actually on the skin, opposed to like Burger King was kind of a cop out.
It was a reference to the first Modern Warfare, I think, because it was in the first Modern Warfare that had Burger Town.
That's true. That's true, because it wouldn't make sense in the world that there's now another. Because Doritos and Mountain Dew are found within the fictional world of Call of Duty.
Oh, real? So Mountain Dew is canon in this game?
Yeah, Mountain Dew and Doritos are canon in this game. Like, Jesus. Yeah, it's pretty funny because like Cold War. I remember that. There was like a subway level, and if you go into a subway car, there's like a Mountain Dew, not a Mountain Dew, Doritos poster on the wall. Like an advertise. Yeah, there was a Doritos advertisement, just like it would be in any subway, but it was like of that time in the 80s or something, or it was pretty crazy.
Oh, Call of Duty. Do you need me to loan you some money? That's what I'm getting.
Hey, I like any sort of like pop culture reference adds like kind of more realism to it. Even
if anyone's gonna do it would be Call of Duty players.
No, well, yeah. I'm not talking about the skins, but having like stuff in the world, like that reference reality. I think it's just funnier. It gives a little bit more immersion, but. The skin's ridiculous. Like, imagine someone that was an actual operator who I guess, yeah, sure. Carried a Mountain Dew with them. Like that's.
We're on like a special mission. We'll be going into like the hills tonight. Garrett, why are you wearing a life vest? Okay.
It's
how many confirmed kills does this guy have? 612. Jesus Christ.
It's like, oh my god, this guy is crazy. I guess that's what a crazy person would do.
Yeah, he's so confident in his skills. He's like, I'll wear a uniform that will be considered like a detriment to my ability to sneak up and kill people.
I think I would be frightened if I was in like a war situation, like in the context that you're landing somewhere and there's going to be people trying to kill you, and there's one guy just wearing green Mountain Dew themed stuff. That's pretty crazy. Like that's.
I'd be concerned, but hopefully he's gonna take the fire that would have gone for me, like the gunshots. They'll be like, oh, let's go for the easy kill, the lime green Mountain Dew soldier.
He's really. So, he's that confident in that he dresses as a target.
Yeah, he's like, I got this. Don't worry about it. Oh, damn. Yeah, no. If I see someone like that, I'm definitely gonna go to my CO and go, hey, man, is this cool? What's this guy's deal?
No, I'm talking about in the opposing, like, it was an enemy. You showed up to
an enemy with a Mountain Dew thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that would make sense, because Mountain Dew is my enemy.
Well, that was the other thing that was interesting too. All of these promotional skins from these company deals, they're all for operators on the Cortex, on like the enemy. So only the enemies seem to like American consumerism, like corporate crap.
That is a chilling indictment of modern society.
Yeah.
And can I ask a question? How did you know they're the bad guys? Like, I have no idea who these guys are. Like,
from the single play, like, if you look at this, they're like people that were the good guys from the single player games are all on the one side, and all these guys. And if you read their bios, they're basically people from their own countries that broke bad. So like they turned on their military or became like mercenaries or whatever. Guns for hire with like their morality was stripped away from them by the machine.
The field, you know, there's no way. No, I mean, I have no strong opinions. It's not like I found them to be vastly different. I don't know.
Yeah,
again,
I
didn't
mean,
finish the single player, so
I'm sure it's not supposed to be. Yeah, like it just seems to be that. I don't know. If you read the bios, there's kind of like similar. Like they built these archetypes of who would be on what side. One side has more attitude because of something dark. The other side...
They have more attitude because they drink Mountain Dew.
Yeah, exactly. Mountain Dew, Burger King. And then the one that I'm missing... The only operator skin that I'm missing is Jack Link's jerky.
Is that also evil?
It's a ghillie suit. It's a Sasquatch ghillie suit.
But is it for the evil side or the good side?
I believe it's for the evil side. I have to double check. That's one I haven't confirmed. But I can tell you the Burger King one and this Mountain Dew one were definitely on the Cortex side. And overall, it seems like Cortex has like way more operators.
Yeah. Well, again, like, this is one of the first times I guess because I didn't play the single player, but I never had, like, a strong opinion of, like, oh, this is the good guys, these are the bad guys.
Whoops. I mean, yeah, in the end, even in the single player story, it turns out that you've been working for the bad guys all this time, and they were just, like, corrupt American generals.
And, that corrupt guy flew the plane, right? He's corrupt as well, if I remember.
Yeah, I forget what their name. They had a name of a Shadow Team or something like that.
Yeah, that was. They were like, it was something generic. Like I think that was actually it. Exactly. I think it was Shadow Team.
Yeah, Shadow Team. Do the shadow to the army.
Oh my god, what's it? We're Shadow Team. All right, boys. And they had that guy who just like instantly I disliked.
Yeah.
The guy in the plane was all right. Now this is what makes America. We're going to fight their band. We're going to shoot these guys in the fight.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, he's down. I will say though, I was impressed with his haircut. Like I was like, oh, technology's coming a long way now.
I don't notice hair. I don't notice hair anymore since I stepped out of the hair game for quite a bit now. So I don't notice hair on people at all. Everyone's
baldness runs in my family, so I keep an eye out for it. I'm not bald yet, but
there's a lot of preventative stuff that I wasn't educated on. And this sounds like a good time for a sponsorship to have you seen those? They're called, what is that company called? Keeps. It's all it's essentially
is that the hairspray one, or which one is that?
I think it's just a company. It's like an aggregator of getting those online prescriptions to like pills that you get a prescription for, but it's not that big deal to get, kind of like level of Viagra. So like you can get, what's that thing called? Rogaine, but there's like the generic names for these pills that people take for hair loss. So there's a lot of companies that make money just because they think people are like embarrassed to talk to their doctor.
Don't work, right? Like do they actually, I feel like if there was a full pill that gave you your hair back, it'd be...
most of these medications, all they do is prevent more loss. So it reminds me of even like my dad's like Parkinson medication, where it just stops everything from getting worse. Because that's all you don't get better. Like you won't get hair back, or you won't get the maline tissue.
Should I be doing it now? Like
I think if you're concerned, like the thing is right now, the healthcare system's all banged up. I don't know like how quick you can get to your GP. You might even, like some GPs, you could probably just talk to them over the phone or email and stuff like that. And you just say, I'm concerned about my male hair. I think I'm like might have signs of alopecia and I have like a family history of it. And then they could probably give you like options. There's the stutter. If everyone saw the shader stutter.
Oh, did you just have a stutter?
What it is on the computer, and I've been really interested reading about this stuff and learning about it, is about shaders in Unreal Tournament. Well, it's most prevalent now, and this has been even the Callisto. What's it called? The Callisto protocol that just came out. When it came out,
I heard that's terrible on PC.
Yeah, because it has a lot of the shader compilation stutter. And that's why, like, see, Modern Warfare 2 tries to mitigate as much as it can whenever you update your drivers or there's a Modern Warfare 2 update. That's when it has to do the shader compilation again. So it tries to do it at the beginning when you're loading the game in the menu. It's trying to optimize it. And what that is it's basically compiling. It takes, okay, what kind of video card you have, like basically your specs and what kind of video card drivers you have. And it's rendering out new animations and shaders. Like the shader is like kind of making the animation assets and stuff like that, rendering them out. So that's why, like, when you go into a new world or you see a new animation combination of like a death of a guy in a skin that you haven't encountered yet, there will be a stutter because it's compiling that in the background right now to get it to render at that resolution, at that spec. So consoles aren't experiencing that because it's a standard GPU and setting. It's just a console. All of them are exactly the same. So before they ship the disc, they just render out everything and every possible combination of like animations or things that are happening, and those files are on the hard drive. They're all loaded at once.
Like the first time they play, they're all loaded and they're always in play, and they don't have to like the game's not constantly going, oh wait, I haven't seen this before. Give me a sec, I got to render.
Exactly. So that's why we have that situation with PC. It's especially prevalent in Unreal Engine 4. And right now is when we're seeing the most Unreal Engine 4 new games coming out, because we're still kind of across generation.
Yeah.
So
is this something that's just we have to live with, or are they figuring out ways
it's already like Unreal 5.1 that the dev is all out for it. That's already solved. Like they just focused on this problem. So that's solved. And for the most case, it's just optimization. Like developers have to deal with fixing it for their specific games. Like they just optimize it and have to go through it with a comb and fix these and have like bug testers. Plus, it's like it's hard because it's cooperation with also the GPU driver makers. So NVIDIA has to cooperate, or Epic has to cooperate with NVIDIA to do that stuff. Whereas it's easy for like Sony for the PS5 with like an Epic team on board to make sure everything's optimized. So it will get fixed, and it'll especially be getting better next year and the year after, as most games now will be on like Unreal 5.1 plus. And that whole engine dealt with this problem because Epic knows about this. And
but does that mean like the Call of Duty will always have this issue?
They'll start fixing it. It shouldn't have this issue. Like it's getting better, but also, hey, the more you play, the less stutters you'll get. And it's like once you have it, you've played it enough that there's no stutters, you then don't want to update your drivers, or because it will have to rebuild all the shaders again. So you have to play through every possibility of this game.
Long story short, I'm being scammed, right? This is a way for them to scam me out of my money, I feel like. Maybe not.
I mean, it's a technological issue with PC gaming right now, which kind of makes like PlayStation 5. Not only is it like way cheaper for gaming and getting like current gen gaming, it's also like objectively better right now for games because of the standardization.
Right. Well, I mean, you know. It's annoying, but it's not like it doesn't make the game unplayable, at least for me. So I'm not too upset about it.
Me neither.
If I had to do it every single time I played, it was always rendering every time I launched the game. Then I'd be like, okay, this is dumb. This has got to change. But
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like they want to figure out a way for like it would be cool if the developers that had this issue with their games, they just gave you an option that when my computer is idle, I can just like allow it for 30 minutes, render out everything so that it's smooth.
Yeah.
Especially for competitive games and stuff like that, that would be a nice option. Whereas they try to hide some of it while you're in menus. So like while you're in the menus in the background, they'll like start rendering do some extra work.
Oh, that does explain why you get a little bit of weirdness graphically during. So it's always like menus don't seem that intense, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't see them as source talking, but sometimes it's just like a garbage fire.
Sometimes when you have like an FPS counter, you'll see like really weird spikes and like stuff like that. It's because it's just trying to like do some processing, do some housekeeping and stuff in the background.
Do some housekeeping, which I should do, but you know, the cockroaches and I have come to it. It's fine.
You should just train the roaches to clean the house.
Yeah, I brought that up with them, but they're all like, "Hey, man, you're gonna have to pay us if you want us to do something."
Oh no! Did the roaches unionize?
I mean, I was actually all in favor of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an anti-union, Boo, Biden administration.
Oh,
Sorry,
was that the
we love
train
that
stuff? I haven't
Yeah,
really kept up, but I just know that he blocked the train workers.
Yeah, he legislated that they can't strike because of vital to the economy, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, part of him is right about that, but part of him is real wrong.
Yeah. I wonder how to, what's the comparison with, I guess, no, I think it's way less of it. Because like a lot of like in America, what I've seen from political rhetoric from, I guess, the right about criticizing Trudeau is about, well, because you know all the coverage also in Canada about the inquiry of stopping the truckers and breaking that up.
Yeah. I haven't been following that too much, but I am sort of on vaguely aware of it.
Whereas like that was also like because of the economy too, whereas it was blocking lines of shipment for trucks into the States, both ways of it. But like this is like way more, it just shows that the funny thing is that even the conservative government in Canada is way to the left compared to like even Democrats in the States.
Yeah.
That is just, and no one really gets that. Like it's really hard, that concept, to wrap it around not only Americans, but even just like Canadians that follow rhetoric, like surface level.
There's no equivalency between like liberals and Democrats and Republicans and conservatives between countries. Like a Democrat in, like you said, in America is really like maybe a conservative in Canada. Meanwhile, our liberals are definitely, they don't even have an equivalent to the NDP in the United States.
Yeah, that does it. That's like, you can't even like think, even comparing like NDP to like Bernie Sanders, it's not even, which would blow people's minds if you tell them. Like they're like, oh, I don't know, I thought they were all commies.
Oh well, you know, they are all commies. Yeah, no, it's really interesting how just like two neighbors can be fairly similar in broad strokes of culture, but like political wise and more fine details are very different. Like we are very liberal society compared to the other. Like, could you imagine a conservative saying, "Hey, we should fully privatize healthcare and get rid of it"? You know, be like, no. I mean, they're trying, but
no, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, not at all.
No one would vote for them.
No, it's like you can't. And they're also like, the conservatives are basically not trying to stop like abortion rights or gay marriage or anything. It's very strange how America has like an incredibly conservative like core to a lot of it, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's like the power of they have like organized like religious groups there that are huge and have so much pull that
you're 100% right.
They have to. That's like a big part of the spin. Hey Rizzo, how you doing, buddy? I just noticed you in the chat. How you doing? Everything good? But yeah. But that's pretty much that's shader compilation stutter in a nutshell.
Right. The shader compilation is going to be solved by Trudeau smashing the rail by what's it called? Yeah, it's not.
They need to make that pipeline XL. What's it called?
I think it is the Northern XL or XL.
Pipe XL. Biden stopped that, and we had all the First Nations. Everyone was on. We were all down for that. That would have gave Canada so much, like, but they stopped us.
Yeah. I don't really know enough about it to comment one way or the together. I really don't know anything about the pipeline Excel or whatever it is. I mean, I know how to use Excel if I need to do my accountancy.
Do you have like an Excel pipeline? Like you have like macros? Did they?
I know. I actually do know how to do a couple macros in Excel, but I use it so infrequently. It's like I'm talking math, so I don't know. So.
Hey Rizzo, what are you saying? How's life? Life's not bad. Life's not bad. I mean, I think this last week was a heavy week. I was expecting some like heavy stuff with work, but it ended up being heavy stuff from being a klutz and getting my feet, skinning my toes basically in a freak accident. And but yeah, I'm gonna switch to some sort of fabric-based laundry basket or hamper thing and not keep it in my room, or at least just basically that was me being really busy, and I forgot to do my laundry. So I thought, hey, if I put my laundry near the door when I wake up early in the morning to get ready for work, I'll see it, take it downstairs with me while I'm walking to the computer room and throw it in the laundry. But I didn't anticipate having to go to the washroom in the middle of the night and forgetting that it was there and just like totally Mr. Magooing it. Like totally, it was my toes went straight into these like plastic holes that I guess are just like air holes, so your laundry's in it. I don't know. Makes it probably lighter. Makes the plastic lighter, probably.
Let's make your laundry go faster.
Exactly. And both my toes, like I jammed my feet hard into both my toes went inside of it, and it was like one of those, those finger traps. And then it wasn't as the toes went in, it was when I fell forward. And that momentum and twist just like totally, and this is like grotesque and not work safe, but it just, I didn't even know what happened. I just felt insane pain in my feet and my toes, and like I smashed my knee. That's how I stopped my fall. But then I still like went to the washroom because I had to go pee real bad.
Well, I mean, when you gotta go, right?
Yeah. And then while I was peeing, I looked down because I felt burning in my feet, and I looked down and I just saw tons of blood and footsteps in blood behind me. And I'm like, what the
I feel bad for laughing, but that's fucked up, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
Skin your toes. You just stand there.
Yeah. It was like, you know, like how cars have those underglows sometimes? Like those, like people get those tricked out cars. I'm sure you see them in Toronto.
So you pimped your foot is what I'm hearing?
Yeah, no, it was like in the shadows of my toes, it was all red, like crimson red. And I was like, what the fuck? Because I wasn't wearing my glasses either, right? And it's like, I'm half asleep.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I see like the footsteps. That's why I felt like Mr. Magoo. I felt like an old man.
Jesus Christ. First thing I'm gonna say is maybe wear your glasses, keep them by your bedside. And
no, I did, but like when I have to, like I know like the house, I know where to get to the washroom, and I know where to expect everything. But that laundry basket was there, and I totally forgot that it was put there like a Home Alone trap, like it was fucking Rambo. Rambo got me.
Wait, was Daniel Stern or Joe Pesci trying to break into your place?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's close to Christmas. They probably saw the Christmas tree in the window.
And they're all like, I'm going to get a piece of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to break into that house. That house has got money and no... Oh, I saw a thing on Reddit that they everything up a bit.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Oh, fuck. What is... Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin is now the same age... is older than Catherine O'Hara was when she played his mom.
Oh my god. That is pretty crazy. Reza says, watching the World Cup recently, I haven't followed this World Cup at all. I've been like extremely busy with work, and I'm just generally not like I've never was big into soccer. I remember the only time I was big into soccer was, I remember 1994 when Brazil won. I remember that World Cup really well because everyone here was going crazy and stuff, but I haven't been following it. Like, Nick Sleaze, have you been following the World Cup?
A little bit, for the most pure and altruistic of reasons. I got money riding it.
Oh, really?
I just like a sort of friendly. Everybody tosses in $10, and whoever
Like,
wins gets
okay.
the most gets their $10 back, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, fucking Japan. I just picked them because it's my they're sort of middle of the Japan. Okay, but I'm still doing poorly on everything else. I think I'm like Denmark, Sweden. I basically went with nations that have red and white flags on.
That's a good way. That's a good way to pick it. But is it over? Did they win?
No. Oh, no, it's still going on. Like,
what it's at? Like, is it? I like to see it when it's semifinals.
No, we're not at that stage. I think there's still like another week or so of eliminations before we start getting towards that. I don't really know the schedule well. Rizza, if you're there, can you give us a shout out and let us know when the semifinals start?
Yeah, when are the semifinals? Like, I'm a bandwagoner, so like I'll start watching once it gets closer to near the end. So, I mean, I don't get as invested in the stories of the teams and all this like stuff, the drama, by seeing like the rest of it. But then I'm just whatever. So surface level, same. Yeah, Reza, if you know, he says, have you had ghormeh sabzi in the past week? No, unfortunately not. I haven't had ghormeh sabzi.
What is that?
It's like I guess it's like a Persian type of stew. It's very green, so it has I'm trying to remember what green stuff is in it, but it's green. It's got beans and it's got some sort of meat usually in it, usually beef or lamb. It's pretty good. It's like one of the.
I like a lamb stew, so definitely.
Yeah. If
is
you
it spicy or is it kind of mild?
It's mild. It's mild. So you would have it with rice, like have some basmati rice and have some of that, and then like spoon half and half on a spoon and eat that.
Make it spicy. I like a spicy stew, but like, is it ever?
I wouldn't say Persian food is not really. I don't think any of it is spicy, but you can make it spicy. Like, I think I have had a ghormeh sabzi that had a slight heat to it, which was interesting. But usually it's more, is it savory? I don't know how to.
Is it like? I don't want to say salty because that could be like misconstrued. But it's kind of like it's not.
Yeah.
Sweet or spice, yeah.
I could say it's a little bit salty, and that's why like you have it with white rice.
Right. Oh shit, man. Sounds good.
It's pretty good.
Is it just a? I don't know if this is the right.
It's the most
common. Regular meal.
Yeah,
Or
it's
is
a
it something you
staple.
serve on certain occasions?
I think to some people it's like, for me personally, it's been occasionally, but it's also like a staple kind of dish. For me, usually for sure, New Year's, Nowruz, we make that. That's like an important part of the thing.
But is it associated with it, like, to the same extent that, like, in Western society, turkey is with the Thanksgiving, that kind of thing? Is it that associated, or is it just kind of like, no, you'd like to have that?
That's a good question. I think it is. I think it is. I think you have to have. Riza, do you have to have ghormeh sabzi for Nowruz? I think it. I don't think it's like an official thing, but it's assumed because that represents. It's very much of an Iranian dish, and it's green, and like all the like greens in it is very much representative for spring too, of like plant life, lushness. I think that green is also like very much a Persian cultural color of importance. It's on the flag, and even like Zoroastrian clothing and what they would wear were like emerald green looking stuff too, kind of like Mountain Dew.
Um,
But Rizza says
I
no,
thought
not
the one you said
necessary.
is a cultural touch of Zoroastrianism. What
He's
is Nowruz? Is Nowruz like a start of spring, or is it like middle
Spring.
of winter, like news? Start of spring?
Spring, start of spring. It's like, what is it called? The verinal equinox?
I think that's the one. Yeah.
I don't know how to. He says no, not necessarily. Nowruz is fish season usually. That's true. Usually you have a fish. For us, we always have like salmon or smoked salmon. I always love smoked salmon.
Sorry, is that served in the dish, or is that served with the dish? Like you have a bowl of the stuff, and then you have some salmon on the side, or is salmon actually part of the stew?
No, in this case, it would just be salmon on the side,
Right.
like a big filleted salmon or big filleted fish. You would have on the table, and then have like some horma sabzi, some rice. And I think he says, yeah. Let's see. In north of Iran, where I am from, they have sabzi mahi. Mahi means fish. Sabzi means like green vegetables, or like some, usually like parsley, cilantro, basil, like herbs.
Okay.
He says, yeah, salmon and cod. And for sure cod, because we're playing Call of Duty. And
I like cod. I'm a big fan of cod, but yeah, no, cod's great.
I got to use the washroom real quick. All this talk about food.
Are you out of the you're done.
Yeah, I paused the queue for a second.
Okay,
So I'm
I
gonna
just want
run
to make sure you did, so it wasn't like going and come back. Yep, take your time.
I'll be back in a minute.
I will just sit here in silence.
Or you could talk to Rizza, and you wouldn't be able to see him, but then afterwards I could read it for you. Or no, you could see it on like your phone or something. I don't know. Okay, I'll be back.
See the stream. That is. Okay, there we go. Sorry, everybody. I really don't have anything to say. I hope you're all doing well. Looking for Shiraz.
Okay, Rizza says in Shiraz they have horma sabzi more, but everywhere else they have sabzi mai. That would make sense why my family has horma sabzi more often than sabzi mai.
That's where your family's from, I gather. The Shiraz.
Closer to Shiraz. That would be like the that would be like the big smoke, the big city.
The big city.
Close by. Shiraz are like, yeah. Shiraz is where your dad is from, so you probably get it from there. Well, yeah, he spent a lot of time in Shiraz, and I think before they left, that's where they were living. But he grew up in Yazd, in Taft. But that makes sense that a lot of what I get culturally is from that part of Iran. Anyways, let's load up this thing. Did you want to play quick play, or you want to play
whatever you like?
Let's play some invasion.
Yeah. All right, gonna work on my marksman rifle.
I need to get 5 operator kills with SMGs, and I need to use the snapshot grenade that requires an update of a loadout. Oh yeah. SMG. Which one's the SMG? Is this SMG? Yeah, this one's an SMG. Snapshot. Okay. The PDSW 528.
Nice.
I hope this accounts for bots. You can snapshot grenade. Yeah, it says enemies.
Oh yeah, it does. Like even like headshot kill stuff. If you're doing it on a bot, it counts. That's why Invasion's a great mode to grind stuff on.
Rizza, how you doing, man? How's life with you? You should come to Armenia and from there go to Iran. How far is it Armenia to Iran? Do you just like drive in like it's a land crossing? I don't know, man. The shit I hear about Iran scares the crap out of me. I don't know what the... If like I go to the border and then they Google my name, are they going to then like... Are they gonna like crucify me or something?
No, but they'll probably say something like, "Oh, you're the Mountain Dew guy."
Yeah, be like, give us 2 Mountain Dew before we let you pass.
Yeah, no, I'm without confirming it, I am 100% certain that's how it's gonna play.
Rizza says Armenia is a country Canadian citizens could go without visa. And then how would I go into? So that's a way to go in. I'll look it up. I mean, I don't know when I would do that. I'd like to go to Iran one time in my life.
The lead is ours.
It is kind of weird. I've never been there.
The enemy's taking the lead.
Well, I don't know if this is revealing too much, but footage from the thing that I cut for you, there was footage of Baba in Iran. Did you?
Yeah, that was like.
I guess you didn't went with him. Like when that was a while
No,
ago.
he went by himself that time. I think that was like 98. Right. 98 was the last time.
Right.
But yeah, he went by himself. I think so much has changed. I don't know what kind of. Jolfa. Jolfa is a city you want to be in. No border security there. Trust me. So that's like a way to get into Iran.
Mm-hmm.
I can sneak into the country. If I get like caught or something like that, like would there be repercussions if someone just like checked me for my information?
We've lost the lead.
Because like that sounds kind of sketchy. I know you say trust me. That sounds kind of sketchy though. Maybe I need to live a little, huh?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
I keep forgetting this is Invasion because it loaded us in the, like, this looks like the Mercado map.
Oh, you loaded right into that little part of there, yeah.
The enemy's taking the lead.
But it's like, is this like a Mexico map?
I think it's supposed to be, yeah. Like it's that. I think it's that border city, not Las Almas, but no, it's Las Almas. Remember how that's the border city in the campaign?
Yes, yeah.
This is a part of it. This is a section.
That's cool. He says, play it cool and no one suspects anything. That's what I heard, that if you're just like there with like, and your family takes you in and like takes you places and stuff like that, then you're okay. But if you land in a big city and you go to like a hotel and stuff, and then they start like watching you, they send someone watching you. Because like, it's like a big port of entry. They see that you're there alone. And they're like, what is this person doing? And they have those resources of ground agents in those big cities.
Friendly UAV on station.
Well, you may have been keeping better track of it. What's going on with the protests?
Getting hit hard.
I know they're still going. I don't get it.
I don't, Rizza, do you have any information? Because mine's all surface level. It's because they block so much communication there. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I think the game crashed. They block so much communication. Like you can only use the internet for a certain amount of hours per day or something, that they slow it down.
They probably restrict a bunch of sites and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, application has an unexpected error. Let me switch to the full screen camera. So Rizza says, so I'm going to have to
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do the do. The do did
Once
me,
you're in,
though.
just let me know. I'll quit this game and join on you.
I think sometimes it let me rejoin. We'll see. He says, no need for hotel. Crash the nearest village. What does that mean? Like just sleep in the village square?
I guess just go to the nearest village and say, "Hey, I'm just hanging out and I'm visiting around." And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you a place to stay."
That's cool.
I mean, my experience with most Iranians has been that they're friendly.
Yeah, it's part of the culture. You have to accept gift. Guests are like a gift from God. He says protests have died down mostly, and the internet restrictions are supposed to come off in a few weeks. That's good. I mean,
I'm sorry to hear the protest died
yeah,
down.
sorry. The internet yeah, that just means they've been able to suppress people. That is not good. Yeah, sleep in the caves. Sleep in the caves? Are you serious, Rizza? I don't think he's serious here.
I feel like you might be pulling your leg at this point.
Yeah, sleep in the caves. I don't know if they'll let me in those caves. I need a cave pass. I am a caveman.
Do you mean like evolutionary, you're a little behind us, or do you mean like, oh, I've always just enjoyed a good cave? I'm a caveman. I like cave.
I'm Rampithecus. He did it a lot over there. He's serious. You slept in caves? That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's hardcore. That's badass. Jesus. If I sleep on an uncomfortable futon, I'm like, well, this is a nightmare.
This is worse than a cave. They make houses inside caves. Oh yeah, I knew about that. But like, are there abandoned cave houses that you can just crash in? Speaking of crash in, I'm back in the game.
Are you in the my match? Do you mean to quit and join?
No, I wasn't able to get into your match.
All right, I will leave. My team's winning, so I don't feel like I'm rage quitting. I'm rage joining.
Okay, he says you pay them $3 a night to sleep in the cave. Who do you pay? The trolls? Who do you pay? I guess there's cave owners. That's pretty cool.
And I actually do have a question for Rizza, if you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like in the cave? Is it like it's nice, it's warm, it's heated, there's beds, so that is a little bit more like exposed living? Like, I'm curious what it's like to sleep in a cave.
Yeah, me too. Like, is it like sleeping in a tent, but instead of like plastic nylon, it's like a, or is there like electricity and a running toilet in the cave? What do they have in the cave? What are the amenities? What are the amenities of a cave? If I was to get what was that thing called? The Uber of hotels?
Oh, Expedia?
No. What's that thing called? When you...
Oh, by the way, is
Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah, another sponsor. Look, 2 sponsors right there for the show.
Perfect. They let you sleep. You pay the owner of the house/cave. A cave is a home.
So it has like furnishings. It's heated. It's like it's got a full bed and that kind of thing. It's not like sleeping in a tent or.
He says a cave is well insulated for all weather, hot and cold.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm sold on this cave idea.
Yeah, me too. Actually.
Yeah, Rizza, thank you. We'll talk about this more, man. We can plan I want to go and sneak into a country and sleep into a cave. I'm going to sneak into Iran and sleep in a cave. And I can make probably an awesome vlog about that.
I would really be curious to see how this, like, your experience.
I'm like and it would be funny with me because I don't even feel comfortable regular camping, let alone sneaking into a country and living in a cave. But you know what? YOLO.
If you're gonna go out of your comfort zone, go like way out of
Yeah.
You'll just be like, oh, you know what? I'll do camping. Go like, nah, man. I'm going to Iran to sleep in a cave.
He says running water comes from nearby mountains and mountain ranges. So like hot springs and stuff. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
Next hard point. Stand by.
And if it's like beautiful nature out there, yeah, I don't. That's not a bad idea. That sounds like quite a getaway.
And I mean, $3 a day, a night to stay in a cave.
Yeah.
Is
that expensive?
That's a good deal. No, that sounds like. Well, I mean, for me, it's expensive because I'm always poor, and broke. But terrible with my money. But no, that sounds like that would be a tough fight.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. He says they're hot springs. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. That's why I'm going spelunking.
Hot springs in a cave? Yeah.
It's like, yeah, sleep in a cave and have hot springs. Does the cave have Wi-Fi?
Locating the next hard point. Get ready.
Is the hot springs fully catered?
I feel like that might be pushing your luck. But I mean, you know what?
It's a security risk.
Tell them they can get way more than $3 from some like Western tourists to do this. They'd be like, oh, let's spend $90K.
He says electricity comes from normal power lines or mostly solar generator. That's pretty sweet. That sounds cozy. You cook on fire.
Oh, sweet. That's great.
So it's like sounds awesome.
The advantages of a hotel, but with some cool camping stuff to it as well. This sounds great.
Friendly UAV on station.
It's like a full-on experience.
Yeah, 100%.
Rizza, you have me sold.
I'm taking fire. Reloading.
Do you cook mahi on a fire?
Stand by.
Use Iranian SIM card for access to internet. Okay. So you just pick up a SIM, pop it in, get on.
You're halfway to mission complete. Keep hardpoint relocated. Secure the target.
I'm sure it'd just be like for communications. I'd probably have it all like encrypted and slow, but have access. And that's good enough while you're there, whatever.
Would you have a place to hook up your PS5? Because I'm assuming you're not going to take it.
UAV online.
I think by then I would have watched the Game Awards and I would have won a Steam Deck, sorry.
Oh, perfect. There you go. Split the difference. That's fine.
Just take a Steam Deck. You cook everything on a wok that has fire. Cool. I like it.
Yeah, this really does actually sound like a fun experience.
I keep thinking this is kill confirmed. I'm just so used to shooting someone and then running to the spot that they are at.
There are a bunch of times, like I think we've talked about this. This game's interface is a hair, not hard to read, but sometimes a little vague. And there's been matches where I've been like 2 or 3 kills in, going like, wait, what is this? What is this team deathmatch? But it's good that you're confirming the kills, anyways, just to be sure.
It's standard protocol.
I'm surprised they haven't done like hybrid modes where it's like kill confirmed hardpoint. Like you get points for hardpoint, you get points for confirming kills.
Yeah, that would be like an interesting like mode. They could even like experiment. They should just like try.
Same side. Requesting recon flyover.
Copy. UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
Something like that with like the not DMZ, but the not invasion mode, but the mode next to invasion mode.
Yeah, not ground war.
I think ground war, yeah, the new battlefield.
Yes.
Because that's like you get points for. No, I think those are only. It's like domination. Maybe there's no points for captures. I haven't actually played that mode in a while.
I haven't played ground war in a while. He says you can also use SIM card to also view YouTube or TikTok, etc. Internet per gigabyte in Iran is around 10 pence. What's a pence? I mean, I know what a pence is, but what's the equivalent 10 pence to like USD?
I will risk death to do an exchange.
I think I remember. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I've got to look up one more thing before I have an answer.
I just remember when I was like 12 years old, I went to like Heathrow Airport and I went to McDonald's and got a Big Mac meal with the fries, but I had to pay 6 pence for ketchup. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, 6 pence really isn't that much money. It's just so you guys don't waste ketchup. 12 cents Canadian. He said 12 cents Canadian is 10 pence.
Hey, so I learned today that a cave in Iran has cheaper internet than my service in Iran.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
And I would say fuck you, Bell, but they do control my internet. I feel like they might.
They'll shut it off. They won't shut it off. They'll just give you really bad latency. That's insane. 12 cents a gigabyte. I'll just stay in that cave forever. I don't care if I have to like shit in a bucket or whatever. Yeah, what's the washroom situation? Because I don't want to go in the hot springs. Once these shaders are fully loaded, the game goes super fucking fast though. Way better than the PS5 once you've been... It's almost like you have to warm it up. You gotta warm up your PC.
Let's do some stretches. You're doing that thing like you're holding the keyboard over your shoulder and leaning forward while the PC's like leaning back on its monitor.
I'm blowing into the keys like an NES cartridge. Riza says internet quality is 4G and consistent. Yeah, that's great.
That's fine. Yeah.
Running electricity and water are available. Where do you poo? That's all I want to know. Is where do you take a number 2? And do they have a bidet? Like you have to take off a bidet and like go in the woods? Like where do you go to the washroom? That's the only missing thing.
Well, I mean, if you said there's running water, does that also include like toiletry, like a?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, you would think, right? You want to try ground war?
I'm good with whatever, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Because I need to get some snapshots
after the ground war, though. I do have some little bit of work to do, but yeah, let's do it. Let's war that ground.
Mm-hmm. This will be a good. How long have I been online? Let's see here. Oh, perfect. It's coming close to an hour. What were you saying? We were talking about cave dwelling.
And we're still waiting to hear back what the toilet situation
is. That's the only thing
Okay.
that I'm curious about. Everything else I'm completely sold on.
Yeah.
Like if there's
a way cheaper internet? Yeah, no problem.
I'd probably just go live in a cave. That'll be my retirement. Just go live in a cave in some village in Iran. That'd be awesome. And then if I could sneak out sometimes to fly to get some, if I need to get like a Steam Deck or something, then I could just like sneak back in through Armenia.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you got your retirement planned up. That's great.
Just live in a cave. Just live in a cave with 4G internet. And yeah, that's fine. That's when
actually, you're gonna have to find out what their laundry basket situation is.
Yeah, are there any well, I wouldn't have that much clothes. I would just like have a loincloth and then go in the hot springs. And I'm just gonna let all my hair grow. And I'll turn into Sasquatch because I just would have no hair at the top of my head.
Would this happen would you become the legendary Sasquatch who comes into town to fill up his spin card and buy a furniture?
Yeah, Sasquatch comes into town. Exactly. He just comes into town to check his deliveries and
picks up all the Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew and Jack Links. He says electricity and water are available for around $30 Canadian, $1. Oh, here we go. Now it's getting pricey. I don't know. Now it's starting
to... Is that a day? $30 a day?
Is that per day or per month or how much? Oh shit.
What did you say? It was per hour?
No. He says sometimes it's free for people who have solar generated energy.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess like if you were there, you get the solar stuff set up. You could probably even resell your electricity.
Yeah, it sounds like all you need is a couple solar panels. I mean, that's not super cheap, but the investment in the future, right? Pay for itself eventually.
He says $30 per month.
Oh, okay, that's totally reasonable.
That's pretty awesome.
That's totally fine.
Well, that'll be my retirement plan. I'll sell my video card and just move to a cave in Iran.
Then with the money you paid, you can just buy your video card back.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it on layaway or like take it to a pawn shop or something.
Keep going back to the pawn shop. So he's like, oh, it's the cave guy.
Here comes Sasquatch again. He's gonna want to try and pay in Mountain Dew. Don't let him.
Don't let him. Your Mountain Dew's not welcome here. It's no good here.
Yeah, your Mountain Dew ain't gonna count it here, son.
Where is that guy? There's some guy somewhere here.
Oh, he's over where I just died. I don't know. Do you see my skull? Like when he's underneath the boat. There's like a boat on a.
Like a docked boat?
Yeah, like no boat in the.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he's dead. I see his dead body. What a What a funny hiding spot. He says living expenses come to around $300 a month.
Like if you're talking all your food and stuff, is that purely living expenses, or can you have a go into town once in a while and have some fun?
Yeah. What would be like living large? How much would you say? Like what does that $300 a month get you exactly? How much kebab do I get? Kebab and warma subs with that. If you can factor that in as well.
We're taking Charlie.
Ooh, that was a nice long shot.
Charlie secure.
Oh, you hit somebody from far away?
Yeah, like super, like on a different island. That was cool with just the SMG.
Oh, you got him with a launcher with the SMG. Fucking nice, dude.
We're losing Bravo.
It's been a while since I had Hawaiian pizza.
You know, I was gonna order food tonight. I think I'm gonna do a Hawaiian pizza.
That sounds good.
I feel like that's the play. I feel like that's the play with this. Alright, where's this guy?
I also, this time I'm not going to make it tonight or anything, but I picked up the vegetarian variant of that lasagna.
Oh, good. You know what? That's actually what I was going to order buy tomorrow for dinner. Sort of thing.
And I'm excited to try it, especially when I went to get it. I noticed that there was barely of those left. Everyone was buying those compared to, well, the meat ones were also kind of sold down, but all the other lasagnas were there. So
the meat are fine. Like they're not bad, but there's something about the vegetarian one. Like do you like cheese and broccoli and that kind
absolutely.
of stuff?
I love cheese and broccoli. That combo is like big for me.
You love it.
I'm excited,
Okay,
yeah.
Billy, I'm going to say this right now, and I'm not trying to oversell it. This will be the best thing that you have ever eaten in all of your life.
Holy shit.
Yeah, guaranteed.
And I got optimum points for it.
Oh, nice.
Or what are they called?
Yeah, like the shoppers off.
Didn't they change the name of them though? Like the
I think they're still called
PC
points.
PC points?
Oh, well,
No.
yeah, maybe they're just like, cause...
Oh, Rizza,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, sorry. Rizza, I missed all these chat things. He said, but you can get most of the stuff for free, like electricity and food. $300 would be living large. If you volunteer on some farm work in the village, you get free food and hospitality. money really doesn't exist as a concept out there. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So is it like a, yeah, I guess it's more like a moral gift economy.
Well, I went from living high on the hog there to being the poorest man because I'm...
Well, there's stuff like, yeah, you can always do stuff, right?
it's that whole doing stuff that I'm not really a big fan of.
Do you think I could teach English? We could teach English in the village.
Oh, yeah, if that's the thing, yeah, absolutely.
Would they want that, like teaching English? Because like I don't know how I can try doing the farm work, but I don't know if I would be a good worker there. That would be like, what the fuck? Because I haven't lived that life in a while. Money really doesn't. Yeah, no, we already read that.
Wait, did you once live that life?
I guess like a taste of it. Yeah, growing up in Grimsby, up the street here was my aunt and uncle's farm. They had a huge, like, many acre orchard farmland here. So I didn't really do much on the farm, but like sometimes I did pick fruit, and I would sell the fruit. I would run a fruit stand. No kidding. This is probably my first job. My first job. Honestly, I was probably like 10, 11 years old. I would sit at the end of the driveway of my uncle's driveway with like a small table and a bunch of like fruit baskets, like peaches, cherries, pears, Bartlett pears.
Ooh, good pear, I really like it.
And I would sell them for my uncle, and he would like we would split he would give me a bunch of cash for it too.
Okay, well, you know what? It sounds like you've got a bit, like you're gonna be good to go in Iran. You're just like,
no, but I don't know if those jobs would be like, hey, let's just get the kind of foreign guy to go sell us some fruit. I could do a song and dance.
Some, like,
I'll start juggling fruit and sell it on the side of the road in Iran just to pay for my cave. He says teaching English is huge skill. Very needed, very well respected. Hell yeah. So it'd be like just living in Japan, but living in Iran. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Rizza, you really have changed my perception. You have changed my perception, buddy. I just blew up in a tank. Let's see. Let me make sure that I'm landing on... Like, where are you?
Oh, I'm over by A.
Two.
Like, there was one of those big portable, like... Hey, what's up, buddy?
Watermelons, cherries, and grapes grow everywhere. So I'll just sell... I'll teach people English and sell fruit. It's kind of like Animal Crossing life. And
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad retirement.
Yeah, that's pretty
Like
awesome.
let's do that right now. Fuck this job business.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Oosh. So that makes food essentially mostly free because you're just eating fruit. Huh. Yeah, I'm kind of sold on that idea.
Yeah, this sounds great.
It seems better than my life now.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it is better than my life now, but I think I say that as in like I'm picturing some ideal kind of life of like a beautiful nature is what I'm imagining too. But I don't know if that is actually it. Or if there'll be, yeah, I'm sure like, let's see. I don't think in Iran I wouldn't have a 4090 or something.
We control Charlie.
I mean,
Is there crime there? I could get a drone to drop my stuff off. He says fruit selling is very competitive in Iran and can't make much money off of them because they are cheap. Oh, okay. So there goes my fruit selling career. I'll have to stick to teaching English. Beautiful nature is what exactly it is. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it would be better than my life now if I was, even though here is surrounded with beautiful nature, except it's like a boreal temperate. So I don't know what that part of Iran would be like. Like, I think, like, it definitely, like, nature and the environment can affect certain people, as in their, like, quality of life day to day. I don't think
100%.
it, and that also kind of ties to economies too, because economies are reflected by that environment. Is how, like, all those resources or whatever was around there, that's how it was established, and where you fit in that economy and how well your body reacts to that environment. So I know, like, when I was living in Japan, it was pretty good conditions, because it's like the environment
You
and
were there
stuff.
as teaching English?
Yeah, I was there teaching English. I was there for 3 years. And I really liked the air, the atmosphere, the food was fresh, and I was just generally healthier because of the lifestyle. I would bicycle to work every day.
That sounds great.
So it's like you're a different person in the environment. All
Friendly
the
people in Japan? Got along with everyone?
yeah, there it's like super. It was closer to a meritocracy because people had respect, and respect wasn't measured by, like, wealth or stuff like that necessarily. Like,
Right.
people still respected elders or people that were knowledgeable, or at least they would reflect the respect that you projected back. It was like,
Good. That's good.
I don't know. It was definitely different. He says, go search up Kandovan. That is where I stayed in. I will. You get paid better in main cities to speak English, though, to teach. That makes sense. Probably because
Can you commute from a cave? Like, can you live in the cave in the countryside but commute into the city for the course?
yeah, that's a good
That
question.
sounds like a joke question, but it's actually kind of like not. You know?
Yeah. Unless you would catch more heat if you're there kind of illegally or whatever, even if
True.
they care. I don't know. Riza, could I like live in the village and then go to like the city like twice a week or something and like make a bunch of cash and then go back to my cave? Ah, man. Jack Links. Shout out to Jack Links beef jerky. I should just do promo for no reason. Just like help corporations.
Eventually, they have to pay you, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how
They have to.
that's
They're
how the
like
economy works.
to be like, why are we making all this extra money? It's because this one streamer just keeps shouting us out to like his viewer, and they keep buying more and more jerky. That's how it works,
Yeah,
right?
I mean that's pure economics. That's pure capitalism at its finest.
That's that cave talking, that cave Sasquatch talk.
I'm actually looking for you. Where are you on that? There you are. I finally found you.
Friendly recon online.
There you go.
You're green, so like you don't stand out really. Thinking,
Part of the green revolution.
there we go. You're the color of shit. What was the name of that thing?
Horma Sabzi.
Horma Sabzi. Am I saying that right? Horma Sabzi?
Yeah.
I really want to try that actually. There must be Persian restaurants in Toronto.
There has to be. I know like how it usually is. I think we talked about this before with like ethnic food or whatever. Is that usually like the stuff at the like restaurants that are mainly selling the atmosphere of it? Their food's not as good and it's overpriced, but the food at the actual like mom and pops kind of markets and stuff is good. And in Toronto, it's not quite Toronto, but like North York. So Shepherd and Yonge are like, I guess, no, closer to the North York line. There's these Persian plazas, and they have these like markets, and they've got like the best stuff is there. But I'm sure there's probably takeout places, especially since the pandemic, where you can get good stuff ordered.
Well, tonight I have my heart set on a pineapple pizza.
No, yeah, for sure.
But I think next time I do DoorDash or whatever, I'm gonna see if I can get me some. What's a good meat dish? I gotta take off right now, but just before I go, what's a good solid meat dish to get into this person?
Get like kebab, and try to get one kebab sultani, or you can get a dish that gives you, it's like a plate of basmati rice and different types of like meat skewers. So it'll give you various types of kebab, like the kebab bar, kebab sultani, kebab kubide, and then some like chicken kebabs as well. So like a 2-3 mixer thing of that. That's really good. That would be the number one thing to get. And then you could probably get like a little side of orma sabzi as well.
Write that name down,
Orma sabzi. Let me switch to the full screen one because I'm probably going to get out, and I could type it to you. You know what? This is like a bit that Baba and I made, and I have it all like made too, of like basically a Persian food tier list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, these are the best. Stay the hell away from the stuff on the bottom.
Or just like rank it if you had a choice of what to try. Orma sabzi. I messaged it to you on Discord.
I just thought, yeah. I was spelling it.
These villages make most of their money through stay-ins and selling local stuff like honey, nuts, and dried fruit. Makes sense.
That's so good though.
Yeah, that's
like, oh man, here's some honey, here's some dried fruit.
It's like living an RPG. You go into like a village and like, what are they? Do they? I guess they don't.
Yeah,
have
but if it's living in an RPG, I'll be then like going into everybody's house and opening up every container and just taking something. Like, what? You're not gonna do anything about it. You never do. NPCs don't care.
You break everyone's pottery.
What are you doing, you idiot? It's like, what? This is how you guys keep money. I played Zelda. And on that note, I have a bit of Photoshop work to do, and
cool.
I'm gonna order me a damn pizza. But this was a ton of fun, Billy, and let's play again soon.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. Enjoy that Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, I will. I'll talk to you later.
Take it easy. See ya. And I think that's going to be a wrap. I'm going to take a break because I'm getting hungry and I'd like to eat something. Riza, thank you for joining the chat and enlightening me about what you could do potentially in Iran, places to go. I lived like this for around 2 months. Yeah, that sounds awesome, man. That sounds like a great experience. I would even do that for like a month or two. Yeah, that would be an awesome experience. But all this talk about food, Riza, you made me really hungry. It's like 5:10 p.m. Eastern time here. Usually I eat dinner around 6 o'clock, and I got to figure that out. So I'm gonna head off for a bit. I may be back later tonight. But let me look up, what did you say again? Kandovan. Let me search that on Google here. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. Here, can I switch to... Whoa. Yeah, that looks... It reminds me of footage I saw from a documentary, Samsura. Look at that. Look at these trees here. And then like the... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Osku? Kandavar is an ancient village in Sahad Rural District in the central district of Osku County, East Azerbaijan Province, northwest Iran. It is situated in the foothills of Mount Sahand near the city of Osku. It says that 2006, there was only 601 people living there. The village exemplifies man-made cliff dwellings, which are still inhabited. The troglodyte homes evacuated inside volcanic rocks, similar to dwellings in the Turkish region of Cappadocia, are locally called Karan. Karans were cut into non-welded ignimbrites, also called ash flow tuffs of Mount Sahad. The cone from the houses is a result of erosion of ignimbrite layers consisting of porous, round, and angular pumice, together with the other volcanic particles that were positioned in a gray acidic matrix. Yeah, this is like the Gorons in Zelda. During the eruption of Sahad, pyroclastic flows formed the rocks of Kandavar. Around the village, the thickness of the formation exceeds 100 meters, and with time, due to water erosion, the cone-shaped cliffs were formed. That's crazy. You live in a volcano. Mount Sahad is one of the most important mountains, the silent volcano in Iran, for 140,000 years after the retreat of Kandovan Lake Basin. The stone of the Kandovan has appeared. There are several narrations about the causes of the emergence of the village. These are the different ones. The original inhabitants were nomads who had previously been Kondun. This place was used as a summer house, and houses dug inside the rocks as a house they used temporarily to reduce the hassle of moving later, having settled there. Primarily residents of Kandavan village, residents of the ruined and ancient village was Hilavar. Those times Mongol attack from this village, which is about 2 kilometers. It is far from Kandavar, and they had moved and lived there. In ancient times, some of the warriors from this place passed due to the better military position of the place, especially its topographic position that penetrates from above, makes the domain impossible. Use it as its refuge, they chose and started digging houses into the rock. This is awkwardly written. That looks real nice. Yeah, this looks cool. That looks like such a cool village. It looks cozy. Yeah, they got electricity, everything hooked up there. You got electricity. And then you just go get some SIM cards that the trucks brought in from the city or whatever. It's pretty sweet. I like that bird on the ground there. Oh yeah, he's got boombox. Look at that stereo up there. The shelves put there. Pretty sweet. That looks nice. Look, they even got like light posts and everything with lights, street lights. Street lights, and I think that was a mini dish. Yeah, hanging out right there. I mean, these pictures are probably kind of old. Is that a car? This is pretty cool. Offoob Farbury. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to look more into this stuff. Anyways, I'm going to get going because I'm getting kind of hungry. You take it easy, and I'll see you guys next stream.